It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hello, it's Geno Jones Showtime. I'm giving you a hand for watching. Everybody watching me live, or if you're not watching me live, whenever you're watching me, it is all good. So I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. I think I'm getting a little delay. I got a guest coming on. So my guest, you might want to, I might be in queue, so just take me out of queue, mute your mic for me, and my guest is going to be coming on. As a matter of fact, full disclosure, a very good friend. He's more family than friend. North Charleston Police Chief Reggie Burgess, who knows, who may be pursuing a new career. A lot of folks that are excited about the potential, trying to get him to run for mayor. So, I'll ask him. I'll say, hey, we'll talk about that. But he's here to talk about an event that's happening this weekend. It's really important to the community. So I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. in Los Angeles. Please subscribe, share, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. So I'm excited to start off today's show, whenever you're watching me, with some good news, with some damn good news. Brittney Griner, WNBA superstar, two-time Olympic gold medalist. She represented this country, her country, our country, the United States of America in the Olympics, in Olympic basketball, and twice brought home her and the rest of her teammates on Team USA women's basketball. Dominated, won 2 gold medals, WNBA champion with the Phoenix Mercury, WNBA most valuable player. Just a good sister. 32 years old. So about 10 months ago, February 17th, she was snatched up. She was in an airport in Russia. Now, let me just give you a little quick backstory. So Brittney Griner has been playing, when she's not playing professional basketball here in America with the WNBA, she had been playing for a professional, like the EuroLeague team in Moscow, in Russia, for like 7 years. I think won 2 championships. So she was a star in Russia because she helped them win basketball championships. So she was traveling in the airport. Now this, keep in mind, this is right before your boy Putin invaded Ukraine. All of a sudden, Brittney Griner's in the airport, and she allegedly had these, what they call these vape cartridges that supposedly had cannabis. Now, that's what the Russian government said. Now, I don't believe a damn thing they had to say. But even if she did, she had a medical prescription because she was using the cannabis oil. Not the actual weed, but she had the cannabis oil that she was using because she's had back surgery and I believe a knee surgery. And the cannabis oil helped her in her healing and recovery so she could do her job as a world-class athlete and one of the best basketball players on the planet. But Putin being Putin, trying to make a statement, using her as an example, basically as a political pawn. So we have a very high profile, one of the most highest profiled athletes on the planet, a black woman who's a lesbian. Russia is really, they got issues with everything, so they're very homophobic. Putin and the Russian government in Russia, very homophobic, not crazy about black folks, very misogynistic and sexist. So when you add the misogyny, the sexism, the racism, and the homophobia, and the high profile, you get Brittney Griner in jail for 10 months. Then they had moved her recently to a prison, one of the most horrible, brutal prisons in Russia. Well, today she was released. She was sent home. It was a prisoner swap for this guy named Victor Booth. Really, nobody really gives a damn who he is. Well, I don't. He's an arms dealer. He had been in an American prison for, I believe, I've heard anywhere from 11 to 14 years. So he was selling weapons. He was selling weapons to other countries. Bottom line, Brittney Griner is on a plane and on her way to San Antonio, Texas, and they're going to give her like a medical evaluation, medical, physical, mental, emotional, because I can imagine there's a lot of trauma that she is dealing with. She will eventually go home to Houston, and shout out to her wife, who was at the White House with President Biden. And I want to shout her parents out, and I didn't get a chance to get her parents' name. Because as a parent and as a dad with 2 daughters, it really hit me earlier today, actually. I was, while I was doing my radio show, in between the times I was on mic, it really hit me. Because I just reflected how her dad and mom must feel, because I could imagine, I know, God forbid if that was one of my daughters. I'd have went to Russia, I'd have said, listen, let me meet with Putin. I said, listen, partner, if you want to put somebody in prison, you got me, but you can send her home. Because this is BS. It was bullshit. She should have never been in jail. I get it. She's a political pawn. I'll be your pawn. Be a man about it. I'm man enough to come to your country and look you dead in your eye and say, if you want a political prisoner, you got me, partner. Let's go. Put me in the orange jumpsuit. Put me in the shackles and the chains. Put me in the cage. I don't give a damn, but what you're not going to do is not make a pawn out of my daughter that really hadn't done anything. Actually. And miss me with, well, when you go to a foreign country and you violate the laws, and listen, there are people who have, quote unquote, violated laws in terms of cannabis and other drugs, got probation. She was a political pawn. So miss me with all the self-righteous, well, when you go to other people's country, this is from a man who invaded a country that hadn't done anything to him. A nation, Ukraine, that was minding their own business. He invades the country. He bombs hospitals. He bombs children's hospitals. He bombs schools. And you want to talk about obeying the law? Miss me with that. So, Brittney Griner, welcome home, BG. Speaking of the law, let me bring my guest on, because he's a busy man and I know he's got other obligations coming up. Full disclosure, very dear friend of mine. Really, he's not a friend, he's family. I had a chance to meet this man almost 18 years ago and watched him move up the ranks. He is now the City of North Charleston Police Chief. And there's going to be a big event happening this weekend. Let me see. Let me bring him on camera. Let's see. I can't really see that well. I can see a little sun going. I can see a little sun going. I can hear you. I can hear you.
You can't see me, Geno?
No, we need a little light, I guess.
Okay. All right. I'll get one. 1 second.
So we got Police Chief Reggie Burgess.
We got
whoever's your lighting director, we're gonna have to fire them or dock their pay a little bit. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Hey, there's the handsome face. There it is.
Hey, man. Hey, boy, listen, man. Hey, I'm sorry I'm in the car, but I'm headed to city council meeting.
Yes. Hey, listen, I appreciate it. I know you're busy. You have a huge event happening this weekend. So I just want to share with the public what's going on and how we can support the event.
Well, Geno, thank you most of all. God bless you for what you've been doing, what you always have been doing, and definitely how you've actually mentored and guided me as a big brother. And I appreciate you, man. I really do. You and your wife and your family. I appreciate you guys. My family do. What we're trying to do, Geno, is just simply do the right things. That's all, man. Christmas is right around the corner, and what we did, we spoke with Sharika Myers, who actually runs Everyone Voice Matters, and Sharika's been such a valuable person to law enforcement, because she's a person that's willing to work with anybody that's willing to do the right things. It reminds me of Frederick Douglass, which is one of our founding fathers in person. I kind of learn from a lot because I read his things, and he always said that I'm with no one when they do the wrong thing, but I'm with everyone that's doing the right thing. And that's what Rika Myers did. She put us down years ago and said, hey, if you guys really want to work in the community and make a difference, I'm in the community, and I'm doing things for the community. So we jumped on board with her. And then we also got with a young lady that came to us because she does bicycles, and Katie Bloomquist. And we actually hooked up with her. And what we did, we actually we're gonna have Saturday starting at 12 at City Hall. We're gonna have Christmas at City Hall. And coming from the hood of North Charleston, I call it Christmas at the hall. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call it, man. Christmas at the hall. So what we're trying to do, Geno, is families who actually are disadvantaged, families that don't have enough to really to provide an opportunity for their children to wake up on Christmas morning like you and I did, and really, really have the great experience of Christmas. What we're trying to do is we're trying to help those parents and those grandparents to fulfill that Christmas joy and love. So we're going to actually give away 100 bicycles.
Great.
We actually got the bicycles and we ordered them, and then we get all our police cadets to put them together. So we have, not only do we have bicycles, we have bicycle helmets, we have locks, and we have air pumps for each bicycle, from training wheels bicycles to mountain bicycles. We've got them all different genders. And also we're gonna have jump castles. We're gonna have brand new coats that we ordered for the winter. We're gonna actually have Pampers and things for expected mothers, mothers who have already had a child, who have a young child. We're gonna have food trucks. We're just gonna have a real good, how you say it, a North Pole coming to City Hall type event. And it's all about the people, Geno. That's what it's all about. We have learned in the city of North Charleston that the way we police, since I've been a cop, we were trying to, how you say, bring crime down, but all we were doing is chasing our tails, because we weren't actually involving the people who could help us to actually reduce crime. And the people who can do that are the simple citizens, the people that live in the communities.
Yes.
So how do you get to become a part of the community? Well, you have to serve them in the way that they see you in a position where you're showing them that you are a human. And that's exactly what we like to do. We want to be human. We want to dance. We want to talk. We want to socialize. We want to actually hang out with their parties. We want to go to Thanksgiving meals. We want to go to New Year's Day meals. We want to hang out with them during the summertime, because the more we do that, the better we can actually have a partnership. I call it relationship policing. That's what I call it. Relationship policing. Building, your law enforcement opportunities to police people so we can protect them, but using a relationship model to do that. If you're building a relationship, now folks will understand what we're trying to do in their communities to make it safe. So I thank you, Geno, and I thank all your listeners for actually all the support that they've given us through the years.
Well, listen, man. I've been saying this for a long time. First of all, if every police department had the philosophy, the emotional investment, because what I see with you and your department, your officers are emotionally invested in the people in the community. Like you said, they see the humanity of the people in the community, and then the people in the community see your humanity. And I wish every police department in America, on the planet, would adopt this model. I thank you. Now, before I let you get out of here, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of buzz, a lot of talk. As a matter of fact, I can't go anywhere because people know I know you. I hear, man, is the chief, is he running for mayor? Is he governor, U.S. senator, president? I tell him, listen, I don't know. You got to ask him and listen to him. So I just wanted to give you an opportunity. If you want to address those questions, I'm sure you're tired of getting them, but I would be remiss if I didn't allow you to listen. You got the floor, and whatever information you want to share with the public or how you want to respond to those questions that you've been getting, me and a whole lot of other people that know you've been getting.
Well, thank you. And as I said, I actually had an interview with the Post and Courier, my mother and I, for Mother's Day. And the actual person who interviewed us, he actually stated, he said, he looked at my mother first and looked at me and said, Chief, a lot of folks are asking me, are you going to run for mayor for the city of North Charleston? And I told him, and I'll tell you, if Mayor Keith Summey does not run, Reggie Burgess will run. If Mayor Summey does not run, I will run. And, you know, folks ask me the second thing, well, you know, you want to be a mayor? I mean, you were actually appointed to be the department of the DPS, the Department of Public Safety for the state of South Carolina by Governor Masters. He wants you to come up to Columbia and you turned him down. You sure you want to do that? Well, I told him, I said, man, hey, I appreciate what Governor Masters saw in me, you know, and I appreciate the state wanted me to come up there, but North Charleston is my home, Geno. You know, I ride hard for my city, man. I love this city. And I mean, I love the whole state, but when you want to talk about a North Charleston kid, I am North Charleston through and through. I love my people, you know, from Union Heights, all the way up to Goose Creek border, all the way up to Watson Hills up at 61. I love it all the way through. And I say this, some folks say, well, you know, you sure? I said, well, why not me? Why not me? You know, why not me, Geno?
Exactly.
Why not? And I feel like, you know, I've earned, you know, a right to say I'm a North Charleston kid. And I've been here all my life other than, you know, going to college, you know, but I'm a born and raised kid with my family still here. And every day I get up, I wake up in the city of North Charleston. And when I go to bed, you know, before I say my prayers, I go to sleep in the city of North Charleston. So why not me? Why not me?
Listen, why not you? And I'm just going to say this to everybody that's watching me, that can see me on camera with Chief Burgess. And I've said this to people off camera, on camera, in the barber shop, in the supermarket, anywhere. One thing I can co-sign and vouch for this man on camera in this manner. He is not the type of dude that will forget where he came from. He is not the kind of dude that people can put a big enough check to get him to abandon his values and sell out his community. You heard what he said. He said he is a kid from North Charleston, from the hood, and he's never forgotten that. And that's the way he operates as a police chief, and that's the way. Not just a community. Every community. I told him something. When he was sworn in to be police chief. I said I witnessed something that I only witnessed twice. In terms of seeing how people of all ages and races and backgrounds, social economic levels responded to him this way because of his very just authentic. The kids say being real, authentic, genuine. There were two people who were politicians. It was the late Mayor Harold Washington in Chicago. And Mayor Harold Washington in Chicago. Now, he will tell you, I told him this, but was it? He will tell you, I told him this. How many years ago were you sworn in?
Oh, 2018, man.
I called him that.
January.
I called you that night. I called him that night.
Yes.
After you were sworn in, I said, Reggie, you could run for mayor right now.
You could run for mayor right now and win.
So I
hey,
told
Geno,
him that
I thank
then.
you once again.
So I told him that then.
Mm-hmm.
I thank you, my brother. I mean, and you've been nothing but a big brother to me. I don't know, why, and why you thought about me that way. Why you kind of cling to me, why you put your arms around me, why you call me, check on me. This guy calls and checks on me every week of every year I've known him. I mean, he calls all the time. Just check on you, bro. How you doing? Just praying for you, praying for your family. Same with me. And I to the point my wife said, you spoke to Geno this week? I said, when he's gonna call me. So I mean, listen, that's what you call love, man. And that's what we need to turn this ugly thing we call violence around.
Yeah.
We gotta infuse it with love, man. And love starts with individuals. Love is an action word.
Yes.
You have to actually go out and be involved. You got to go out and want to look at people, and you gotta check yourself as well.
Yeah, you
You
do.
know, you know, as an individual, am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Am I actually bringing the right message to people? And I question myself all the time. But one thing I do know, Gino, and I'm getting ready to go because I got the city council meeting, is that one thing I do know is I have placed Lord Jesus first in my life. And I know that long as he's there, Reggie Burgess is gonna be all right.
You're right. Is there anything that you want the
Is there
community
anything
to
that
do this
you want the
weekend in terms
community
of
to
coming
do
out
this
Saturday?
weekend in
And
terms
for
of coming
those
out
who may be
Saturday?
new to the
And for
area,
those who may
give
be
them the
new to the
address
area,
of the
give
North
them the
Charleston
address
City
of
Hall.
the North Charleston City Hall.
The address for the city hall for the Christmas at City Hall is 2500 City Hall Lane, City of North Charleston, 2500 City Hall Lane. We're gonna begin at 12 o'clock, probably between 12 and 3, maybe late 4. But we want to give the young kids a great opportunity Saturday to just really experience not only the toys and the bicycles and the goods, but be around police officers in a good, friendly,
Yes.
manner. Not when they're out on the traffic stop, not when they at a home, not when they have to chase somebody, but see us as who we are. We are simply human beings.
Police Chief Reggie Burgess, who
Police
says
Chief
if
Reggie
Mayor Summey
Burgess, who
doesn't run,
says
he
if
is
Mayor
going to
Summey
run for
doesn't run,
mayor.
he
I
is
know
going
you
to
got
run
a,
for
speaking
mayor.
of run, I know you got a meeting to
speaking
run
of
to.
run, I know you got a
Thank you,
meeting to
man.
run
God
to.
bless you.
Thank
Love
you,
and
man. God
respect,
bless
man.
you.
I value
Love and respect, man. I
our,
value.
now, I don't call it a
Our,
friendship because
I don't call
you're
it a
not a friend. We're
friendship because
family.
you're not a friend. We're family.
Family.
You're
That's
more
it. That's
family than
it.
some
Family.
people who
You're more
actually
family than
got
some
share
people
my
who
DNA
actually
with me. So I
got
thank
share
you,
my
Chief
DNA
Burgess.
with me. So I thank you, Chief Burgess.
Thank you, my brother. Thank
Thank
you,
you, man.
Gino.
All
And
right.
you guys
Thank
keep
you, man.
y'all
All
keep
right.
listening to Gino Jones because he's got what you need to hear. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's Chief Reggie Burgess, everybody. I know he's got a meeting to go to. I really appreciate it because he's a good dude. I'm excited to hear that he's going to run for mayor if the current mayor here of North Charleston doesn't run, Keith Summey. The city would be lucky to have him as a mayor. And I'm just saying this, if he runs for mayor, that probably won't be the last office that he runs for, and I'll predict he'll win. Now, that's just what I'm saying. And if you know Reggie, Chief Burgess, or Reggie like I do, you'll understand why I said that. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. And God, most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. I want to thank you, and especially you. And I want to say before I get out of here, happy birthday to Onika Tanya Minaj. That's Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is 40 today. What? Yeah, Nicki Minaj. She's 40 today. Now, one of my favorite TV personalities, she might be like my favorite. Definitely one of my favorites. But she's right there at the top. Joy Ann Reid, the host of The Readout on MSNBC. Happy birthday, my sister. She is just one of the most brilliant, dynamic, smartest people on television. Joy Ann Reid is 54 today. Happy birthday, my sister. Have a fabulous birthday. I don't know if you're working today. We'll see in a few minutes. I know she comes on at 7 o'clock on MSNBC. It's your birthday. You shouldn't work, but it's your birthday. So if you want to work, and I'm sure she probably did, she's excited of the news about Brittney Griner. Also, actor Wendell Pierce. This brother is one of the great actors of his generation. Now, if you are a fan, remember the TV show The Wire? I know a lot of folks, that was like a cult favorite. They loved The Wire. He was Detective Bunk Moreland. And he was also in Malcolm X, Waiting to Exhale. He was in Selma. Wendell Pierce is 59 today. Former NBA champion, former NBA star. Listen, the brother was dominant. He was like the best defensive player in the NBA for probably about 6, 7, 8 years straight. Dwight Howard, who I believe is now playing professional basketball somewhere in Asia. Dwight Howard is 37 today. Shout out to all my Sagittariuses. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram. He is the CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro. Goose Creek, I know that's a hell of a name. Goose Creek, South Carolina. CEO of Designer Cuts. Check him out on Instagram. Kel B Cutting Up. KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones is the drip director. Bam! The official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her out on Instagram. She is LX.NCL underscores that little dash below. L like Lexi, X like extra, dot, N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi underscore. And Bruce Gage also, official wardrobe consultant stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram. The Mario Uomo collection. He's got his own personal collection and more. Fashions are 2 years ahead of everybody else's. Trust me. It's amazing. He's on Instagram, Miglio Di Mario Uomo, MIGILIO DIMARIOUOMO. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Friday. We don't call it Friday. We call it Friday. 6:30 p.m. Eastern live. Tell everybody, or as Nelly would say, everybody you know, to subscribe, share, like, and binge watch all my back episodes of the Geno Jones Show. Shout out to everybody that's watching me in my chat room, watching me live. I appreciate it. Like Heavy D, got nothing but love for you. I really do. Once again, I want to thank City of North Charleston Police Chief Reggie Burgess. Huge event. Go out and support it this Saturday. The North Charleston City Hall. You can just do a Google search, City Hall of North Charleston, and you can do the not just a Google search, just put it in your navigation. You know, your Waze, Google Maps, whatever your navigation is on your smartphone or your tablet. And we will see you live Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And until then, I leave you with this. And once again, I want to just, Brittney Griner, BG. Man, God is awesome. God is awesome. And at the end of the day, this is just a reminder. Putin thought he was in charge. Putin's punk ass thought he was in charge. He didn't even know. No, partner. God is always in charge. Welcome home, BG. We love you. We're so glad you're home. Until Friday, 6:30 p.m. as always, be blessed. Thanks for watching. And God, thank you for sending Brittney Griner back home.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.